Hello everyone, it's a beautiful October day in Auburn, California. This is Inside City Hall with Sharon Rabe, the city manager. My name's Sharon Watson-Hamilton, so I do all the drilling of the questions and all that. But anyway, beautiful. How are you, Sean?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good.
Beautiful weather, chilly, not raining.
I know. Oh, boy, we had the rain the last few days. But anyway, yes, it's wonderful. And so, because it is autumn, and as Phil pointed out, burnt orange for autumn. Anyway, I thought we would talk about a lot of things celebratory in our city. It's a time of harvest, it's a time of celebration, and we've had a number of those that you were involved, so you can talk about that. But shall we start out with the city council meeting of this week and wrap that up?
Yeah. So we had there wasn't a whole lot on that agenda. It wasn't super busy, but two big ones that came up.
Okay.
Cannabis, we talked about that in the past, and so cannabis is still moving forward. Council gave us direction to bring back an actual ordinance to the Planning Commission.
Okay.
So we're in the process of preparing that now and doing the environmental analysis. There's an environmental analysis that needs to be done for that too.
Have they picked a spot? Does that mean a spot has been picked, or do you do an environmental analysis on several different spots?
It'd be several different spots.
Okay.
So there's different kind of zones, I guess.
Okay.
Like High Street has one, over by Palm has one,
right?
A couple different spots like that. So timing wise, we're looking at hopefully November for the Planning Commission to have that discussion. It's a public hearing, and we have to publish in the newspaper all this stuff. So hopefully November, and then to council in January-ish, the first of the year.
And and the public have had their voice in a few different meetings in the past. Do they get more of a voice, or it's moved past that?
Yeah, all of those meetings are public meetings. So folks should come to the Planning Commission hearing, public hearing, City Council public hearing, and then provide comments and concerns.
Does our local Auburn Journal, do they publicize when those meetings are? I know they have to publicize different things for you, but...
in terms of like a story?
Well, not necessarily a story, but let me,
like in the legal section, we have to publish it in the legal section.
Right.
Which is honestly what keeps newspapers afloat.
I know, seriously. And the pages that we run through,
Yes. Okay. So I think that they've been following the cannabis stuff pretty closely. So they'll probably have some sort of
the meeting, all these meetings are coming up. You know, that'd be nice to have that in the paper a number of times for people. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, the workshops that we had, those were. The in-person one was really well attended. The online one was not.
Okay.
Just a handful of people, 4 or 5 people on that. But the in-person had about 20-something people.
Oh, that's good.
And then the survey that we sent out had 188 responses, I think.
Oh, wow.
So for the most part, I think it was I'd say probably 80-something% supported cannabis in the city. Retail and medicinal, we're moving. I don't think we're going to go towards medicinal yet. Because you can sell it folks who are between 18 and 21 can get the medicinal, and I think the council's a little bit concerned about that.
So if you don't do medicinal, it's just 21 over. Okay.
Same as alcohol.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So
All right.
So that was that's going forward. A lot of discussion about that, and then the other one that's really kind of neat is entertainment zones, and so. We heard about this. This is state law that was passed last year, I believe. But state law allows entertainment zones allow folks to have a special cup and then a stamp or some kind of identification that they get at one of the local establishments that sells alcohol, beer, or wine, basically. I think you could do cocktails too, but you get a special cup and you can get a beer at that place and then take it out and walk around like in downtown.
That's what they. So it's kind of a public. Okay to drink in the public.
Right.
Okay.
It's sort of like if you think about like the festivals that we have or like Cruise Night, right?
Right.
Cruise Night sells beer and you can walk around with beer during Cruise Night. It's sort of the same thing.
Okay.
But it's specific to downtown and Old Town on Lincoln, basically Upper Lincoln, then coming down to in front of the vault and in front of the State Theater. So.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. That was an ordinance, has to have a second reading, and it should be taking effect right around, I think, maybe Christmas. by December for sure.
That'd be fun. Well, so one of the things I wanted to bring up, and I'll segue into that part of it, was the Porch Fest that we had. And
amazing.
I went through town. Okay, so we have to talk. You talk about the Porch Fest, 'cause it was so fun.
So I wasn't involved with it at all.
Okay.
I just heard about it secondhand. But there was a woman in town, and I can't remember her name. But she organized this thing by herself. She saw it like in Texas, I think.
Okay.
Came to the city and came to the chamber and wanted to do this thing and organized all of it, did all the signs. The city didn't do anything other than just, provide the stuff that we need to do with the approvals.
Right. And signage, I'm assuming, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're walking through town, my little walking group, and see these signs for the Porch Fest. Oh, yeah. And so it's like bands on different, we'll say porches, but it could be businesses. They had one in the Circle, and they had one in the Blue House, and they had, all these bands all around. And the only reason I did not particularly go to it, but I was driving through to go to the symphony. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
gosh.
And a lot of people came.
Oh, I
Really
know.
busy. So they're going to do it again next year. I think they learned some lessons about different stuff. The timing, I think, was one of the things. So like the band would play and then there would be a gap, but people didn't know when the gap was, so they would just be kind of hanging around sometimes.
Out.
So I think that they're working through all that. And next year will be better than this year. And this year was actually really good.
It looked
really neat.
It really was vibrant. You could see that people were having fun. Do you know how many bands they did have? How many porches quote unquote, were involved?
I think it was. I know it was over 20. And
I was gonna say 15, but 20. Oh, that's 20. Just fun.
Amazing.
That is just
There's
fun.
Like one person. They came up with this idea.
I know. And I don't think there was a charge to it. I think I just think you walked around.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was a way for businesses to get. I think it's great.
So then like next year when the Porch Fest happens with the entertainment zone, if it's on Lincoln or in Old Town, you'll be able to go to the music while you're carrying around a beer
or
from
glass of wine.
Like it's something from
Okay. Well, that's one thing. Okay, so back to City Hall. Did we wrap that up enough on
I think
the
so.
meeting?
I mean, I think the entertainment zone is going to be really interesting because it's a way to create vibrancy in downtown.
Right.
The days are going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, Saturday is 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
Sunday is 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. I believe, and then if it's a holiday. On a Sunday, it can go to 10.
Okay.
If it's a holiday on a Monday, it follows the same times as the Sunday, so 10 to 9.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Where do people get their cups? Do you know yet?
It'll be any place that wants to participate as a retailer. So there's a licensing process, like all those mechanic stuff that we're putting together, but and a cost, so will be a cost to it.
I'm sure the security might have to be a little more.
I mean, maybe we don't know. We'll see how, because the police department will know and they'll be patrolling and doing all the stuff that they do.
Okay.
The council did ask them to come back twice a year and just give a report and see if there's been any issues and problems.
Okay.
And if there are, then we'll figure out what we need to do to fix that or whatever. So
yeah. Well, that's kind of fun to look forward to, and the Porch Fest coming forward. I hope they do it again. The same was a beautiful day too. We have to admit that was a perfect day for that. So
it's one of the neat things about like this town is just the like kind of entrepreneurial stuff that we have here, and the like just thinking outside the box.
Right. Sidebar. I did a treasure hunt a couple years ago for my AAEW group, and it seemed single-handedly. I know I had a bunch of people helping, but. It's an endeavor, that's for sure. But it's fun to involve the town, and the businesses are so open to it. So fun. So good on them.
So for the Rotary Barbecue, I'm in Rotary. And so if you need tickets for the Rotary Barbecue next year, find me because I never end up using them. And I just have to pay for them. So next year, I get 8 tickets. I was going to do it this year and I didn't have time, but I'm going to hide them throughout the city in like groups of 2 in Ziploc bags. And then do a scavenger hunt for these tickets and put it on Facebook and do all this stuff. So,
okay, good.
So watch for that next year.
Yeah, we'll talk about that so that I know what day you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
It'll
Good.
be in beginning of October.
How was the dinner? That was another celebration this past couple weeks or something, but wasn't it stormy or something
it was
that day?
It was a little cold and rainy. I wasn't able to go. Each year, it's the same weekend as my sister-in-law's birthday, and I like staying married, and so I end up going to that instead of.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hi, sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's usually that's been around a long
Yeah, it has.
time, because I remember going to it probably 25 years ago.
It's an amazing group of people.
Yeah.
Rotary's really good.
Are
Do
they-
a lot of stuff for this community.
Who does the taste of the chef's taste or something in March?
Taste of the Foothills or Taste of the
Well,
Plaza or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I know the senior center does one of those, but it's the chef's.
Oh, Celebrity Chefs.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Who does that? Is that Rotary?
No, it's not Rotary. I think it might be Lions.
Maybe,
I
but
do
that's a good one too.
Yeah, so the first year I was here, I did smoked pulled pork sliders. I smoked 30 pounds of pork butt, I think, like for 12 hours, and ran out of meat. And I ran out of all the stuff.
They do. They run out. It's just fun.
And then
It's little samples,
this
right?
last year I was going to do, and I got sick, so I didn't want to be giving people food while I was coughing all over.
Right. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I was going to do tri-tip.
Yeah.
This year I'll do tri-tip again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's a couple of the celebrations
Yeah.
in the past. Maybe coming back next year, or probably will come back next
Yeah.
year. So that's kind of fun. So, so I want to talk about our Auburn celebrity dinner. The community celebrates
Celebrate the
people.
community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to it years ago, and when it was at the Ridge, and now it's in the grounds or something.
Right.
Yeah.
It's at Gold Hill Gardens.
There you go.
Right.
And but anyway, so tell me about. Do you know who all won? I know who won the McCann Award was Pat and Pete.
Right.
And
So on the city side, there's a City Employee of the Year that
Yes.
we announced there. So
and that was
Amy Lind,
Yeah.
our amazing city clerk. So,
Amazing.
you know, a side story about her. When I first started, she's worked there for like 16 years now, I think. So when I first started, she was there for 14. And I was like, Amy, like, what? Like, you've been here for 14 years, been the city clerk for 14 years. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And she said that I was the only city manager who's ever asked her that. Which is
Oh.
just like shocking to me because of how good she is at what she does and all the extra stuff she does. So I did a reorganization of City Hall and moved people around and promoted her to management analyst
Right.
/ so she's doing a lot of extra stuff now to really kind of like fill the like talents that she has and use them more wisely. So
Okay.
so she was
Good.
the employee of the year. That whole thing is run by the Chamber of Commerce. Obviously, it used to be a state of the city event.
Yeah.
So, but there's a state law that changed that says that you can't do like a state of the city and then charge for it because it needs to be open to the public for free. And if it's a state of the city and you're talking about city business, that qualifies as a city council meeting, and you have to have it in the city, which goes all these things. So
Yeah. Okay.
so that's why
Wow.
we started a separate state of the city. This year we're just going to roll it into the reorganization of the mayor and the vice mayor. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. But they honor. They have.
Volunteer of the year.
Yeah,
There's the patron of the arts for the year, and
Yeah.
I didn't bring the thing. I threw the thing, so
I
I don't.
know.
I don't remember all the people
I was
who
going to
were-
write it down, Sean, and I totally went up. I knew Pete and Pat because everybody
Yeah.
knows them. But if you don't know them, they are wonderful people in our community that had the Latitudes restaurant for a long time over in the White House building. And prior to that, they had it out on Dry Creek. They had and it was called Latitudes. It was probably before you. I don't
before
know if
me,
you,
yeah. But I heard a lot about it.
yeah, because they had different foods every month and so a latitude around the globe kind of thing. It was just a wonderful place. And then they always give back to the community. They're so generous with their times and their talents. And they have a wonderful daughter who had the bakery, the cake maker and the baker and the cake maker. I always got those mixed up. But she and her husband had that business for a long time. I think they still have a little bit into it, but it's been sold, I understand.
Right, yeah.
But they're not going to leave us. I'm
Yeah.
sure they've got something else coming up.
Yeah.
They're very giving and talented family.
Yeah.
So.
I know that the patron of the arts is the folks who run the Gomez Center.
Oh, okay.
So they won that.
Okay.
You know, Latitude used to be in the White House.
Right.
And now there's a new restaurant going into the White House.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be the Oak.
The Oak. One oak, not
The
oaks.
Oak, not the Oaks.
Oak. Okay.
Because there's a big oak tree in the front.
Okay. All right.
So it's steakhouse. I've gone in there a couple different times just to see like the progress and stuff.
Right.
And,
Right.
they've renovated that whole space. It's really, really neat inside.
Okay.
Like the bar is this kind of quartz, white quartz, milky quartz, but it's lit from underneath, so it has this really cool, soft glow.
Oh, that's a
really,
cool
really cool.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tied in because like the story is that there's a tunnel in the basement that connects to the courthouse.
Okay.
And so because it used to be like an attorney's office. I'm not really sure what it like in the old days, right?
Do you think there really is a tunnel?
So
is there?
you could see that there's something that's been like cemented over, and it's like I've talked to the city historian about this, and it's not clear if that's what it was or not, but there is something down there you can see that looks like a tunnel that's
Come on, is it just a big mole?
it's Al Capone's vault. But yeah, so they tied into like the thing with the courthouse. There's in the front in the upstairs there's a old like jailhouse doors.
Okay.
That I think they got from like Folsom, but the lock is from the courthouse. So it's got this old antique.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
All right.
So they've got like all these cool like sort of like throwbacks to
Okay.
like the history of the community. It's
Oh,
pretty neat.
that is neat.
That bar
Now-
is really cool.
Now, do they have the downstairs? Is it separate? The bar?
It's separate. It's called the Tavern.
Yes. Okay.
You can go up and down, I believe. I'm sure. I know
yeah,
you can go up
I'm
and
pretty
down.
sure you can.
But I think that's run by somebody separate.
Okay.
So, but that's reopened up too.
Okay.
And there's two ladies that we've been talking to that we're looking at doing using it for like a wedding venue.
Oh,
'Cause, a lot
yeah.
of people get married on the
courthouse,
or at least take pictures at the courthouse.
Right.
And then they can just walk across the street to that.
Because they've I've walked by it. I haven't necessarily. I've looked through windows, but they've got that whole downstairs.
There's a
pretty
lot of
cool.
patio space.
A
back there,
lot
too.
of patio space. It's
Yeah.
kind of protected. It's kind of cool. There for a while, they had upstairs had a lot of noise from the freeway, but I think they've kind of concentrated a little more downstairs where it's a little more protected from the elements, if you will. And I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Do you know how many? I mean, how many tables will it fit? A lot of people in that restaurant.
You know, the inside of the actual restaurant is kind of small, but there's a covered, like it's a walled in, completely
Right.
covered out patio that's pretty big. So
Okay.
I don't know how many tables will fit, but it's pretty good size.
Okay, good. I mean, I'm excited for it to reopen. There's been a lot of owners, the White House, the
Yeah,
Latitudes. I'm forgetting somebody. Tappenvine was there
Yeah.
for a while, and so it's kind of exciting.
It's such a big building right as you're coming in on Maple, right? Like
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
those buildings filled up. is really
And
important. We don't
they
have
did
too
a
big
beautiful job. The one gentleman prior to this owner, he did a lot of work, and I believe it's from New Orleans or the South, and so there's a lot of that beautiful ironwork on the outside that I find beautiful and fits right in somehow.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
Looks very nice.
Yeah. Okay, that's one place. Have you got
one place.
anything else opening?
The Saki sushi place just opened, so it's like a Korean sushi place. So they just opened. It took them a while to get done because they moved the kitchen. I think the kitchen was upstairs.
Okay.
And moved it downstairs. So that's opened up. I've heard good stuff about that. Hillmont's doing pretty well. They got
The Hillmont,
They have a tiki night on Tuesday nights. So like a tiki bar. So check that out.
They've gotten pretty creative. The Hillmont, Remedy, Hillmont, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. And have you been in there?
I have.
I have too, and I love the fact this is where Mickey's Boots used to be, and so it'll probably always be Mickey's Boots does.
Yep.
But in honor of that, they have that glass boot that you can have a drink in it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's
There's
really
another one
an
called
honor.
Nancy's Record. So there's
Oh
a
yeah,
drink called
because
Nancy's Record. Because it used to be Nancy's Record.
Nancy's Record too.
Tying
Oh my
back to the
gosh.
history of the community.
Yeah. I think that's pretty cool too, to bring in history like that, like the Oak is doing.
Yeah.
And okay, so the sushi, what's it called? Saki sushi. And you mustn't forget that there is parking behind that building. A lot of times we get there and don't know where to go, but you can't. There's limited, but there is some parking there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
And then the other one that's coming along, not quite open yet, but the Vault. So that's owned by Dallas Drake, that owns the Yeti, the ice cream and
yes,
tavern.
down where the old plaster building was.
The old Wells Fargo building.
Yeah.
So he's completely gutted the inside of that. It's going to be kind of like there's duck pin bowling. There'll be beer and bar. but stuff for kids and for adults.
I think
So,
upstairs he's got a ghost room or something too, doesn't
it's
he?
a escape room.
Escape room.
Run
There
by
you go.
separate- Yeah. So I went in there and was walking around, just putting the false walls up that I saw, and it's pretty early, but it's kind of creepy looking in there. So.
I know. He's done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
That was our parking lot. I'm sorry. You
Yes.
know. But, and he cordoned it off and we were horrified. What are we going to do? But we now found new parking across the street. But anyway, he's changed that look so much. And I call it plaster because it used to be Plaster Bank way before you.
Right.
Then Wells Fargo and then our bank. He's going to, okay.
So we got the duck pin bowling lanes in.
Okay.
And they're, like people are using them now. I think just they're not open, so these like
Right,
families
just
that
kind
are
of
messing
playing
around
with
them,
it,
but you
yeah.
can hear them because the door, the wall facing the parking lot, he's taken that whole wall out and it's
Right.
got roll up kind of garage doors.
Right, saw
and there's
that.
another one on the other side, so it's got like a cross breach going through
And they've got a little patio on the street
other
side.
side, right.
It's small, and so we're all going, but it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Again, the architecture and the building and the history is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with all those doors open and then the pins going down,
Right.
you can hear that from the street and it'll bring people into.
Right. I think that may cater more to younger folks. I don't know that, but
Yeah,
the rest of us are heading over to the Oak or Remedy or Sushi. You
Yeah.
know. But anyway, I think it's
where
great.
the drinks are best
Yeah, where drinks are best.
and cheapest.
The cheapest.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going over to Loomis. No, sorry.
Flip card.
What's the
Liberal Bowl.
no in Loomis or Penryn the big
Valencia Club.
yes the Valencia Club. Okay, date
So
myself
I've been
there.
here for, I was in Loomis 6 years, here for 2.5-ish. So, like 8 years. I've only been at the Valencia Club once.
Oh really?
The whole time I've been
Okay,
here.
I've only been there a handful of times, and that was a long time ago. But
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Right, I bet.
anyway, yeah, you
Long
bet.
time ago last week.
Last week. Anyway, that's so exciting for Auburn, though. It's getting more
There's a lot of
vibrant.
stuff happening.
Yeah, that's vibrant downtown. Let's see, what else was I going to bring up? Porch Fest, our celebrities, our new buildings.
A lot of stuff coming up this holiday season between Old Town and Downtown with the like the Christmas stuff happening.
Right.
So watch Facebook for all that. The Harvest Festival, I think, is next weekend.
This coming weekend?
It might be this coming weekend.
I think it's this coming weekend.
Yeah, in Old Town in the
Yeah.
evening.
So this might be coming out after that, and we can see who won the pumpkin contest or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a fun event too.
Yeah.
People dress up and have fun for that,
Yeah.
for the fall holidays and stuff. Also, pretty soon Mandarins will be coming in. There's the Mandarin Festival. Have they moved that again down to
They're
the
down in the grounds now,
Roseville? Yeah. That's unfortunate because I loved when they were in Newcastle years ago. They started out in Newcastle. That was fun.
Right.
And then coming here was a big change. Auburn, yeah. And now that we have to go to Roseville.
Yeah. I get to be a celebrity judge for the Mandarin recipe
Oh,
thing.
you do.
I did my first year here, and so it was like, I don't know, it was like 8 drinks, like alcoholic drinks or something with Mandarin. There were like 15 desserts, like all of this. There was soup, like all kinds of stuff. I was so full at the end of it, and I was just taking a little bite of each one, and I'm like, man, I didn't eat for like the rest of the day. There's a lot, especially the desserts because they're really sweet.
Oh yeah. But what a fun thing! And they come out with the cookbook. I have a couple of the old cookbooks. I haven't got anything new, but
really
that's a fun thing.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
There was a miso soup that had like Mandarin in it, which was that was really interesting.
Wow. Interesting. Could go a couple of different ways on that.
Yeah.
But okay. Anyway, Mandarin festivals, and I love that we're known for Mandarins in this community, Newcastle, Auburn. It's just wonderful. Let's see. Anything else coming up that we need to talk about?
I just think all these like little festival things that we have on weekends from like now till the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's just just kind of like shows the fabric of our community and tying people together. Plus bringing people in, obviously.
And then there's the arts because we
Yes.
have the symphony, we have plays up in Grass Valley and here.
The little art, the gallery that we have in City Hall.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Opening up for that. There's a bunch of new stuff that's in there, so that's pretty neat.
Is
this month.
the quilt show come and gone? There's usually a quilt show about this time of year. I might have missed part of it. Yeah. Because they hang the quilts in our downtown businesses.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think and then a real plug for my AAUW. And again, this is not the city. This is me. Disclaimer. So in case I go off the rails, like I can't do. But we had Fiona Ma here.
Yeah, okay.
She is the California State Treasurer, and we had her speak, and that was fun. Mike Holmes came, kind of representing the city council, and we would have liked to have just for what's a good word? We couldn't really. It was a public event, but you can't really advertise ahead of time because of security reasons. And so we tried to get the word out to different clubs, organizations that she was coming. I have to say, and she was limited too, because as a nonprofit organization, we really can't back a candidate,
Right.
but we can back what she stands for, or women in leadership. It was that kind of thing. And her goal was to be known, do we know you, and that kind of thing, because she is running for lieutenant governor. But again, it was mentioned, but not a focus at all. But what a delightful person, a really, really bright female in that capacity.
Yeah.
$3 trillion that she handles.
Yeah.
We're the fourth or fifth, depending on who you read right now, economy in the world, and she's the treasurer of that. That's amazing to me. But she talked a little bit about her ethnic background. Her dad was from China, and ingraining really self-sufficiency and taking care of yourself and doing different things to progress in your future. She was just really, really heartfelt. Engaging, bright. Anyway, look for that name.
Our parking lot was packed.
Oh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was a holiday.
Yeah.
It was all Indigenous Day, but I mean, City Hall was open and stuff. But then you guys came in that night too, and so.
City Council.
Anyway, it was kind of fun. So, that's again a little more nuts and bolts of what goes on in the community and who we're going to vote for. Prop 50, of course, is coming up, but we won't get into that. Nope. Nope. Stay away. Sharon goes off the rails again. No. Anyway, it's an engaging town, and it's engaging is the best word I can come up with, because we're not just a sleepy little town. We are vibrant, and we have the arts, we have the symphony, and our symphony is fantastic.
It's a treasure of this community.
It is truly a treasure. And we just lost one of our leaders of that. Not lost, she retired, Ann Brown. I just loved her. So anyway, that is really, like you said, a treasure of our community. And
I got to speak and introduce the symphony last year.
Okay.
That was really kind of neat.
Yeah.
Like standing up, and I've got all these people behind me, and and so they're making all that noise, like tuning their instruments. And my joke was, it's like I'm listening to the cacophony of like all these noises, which reminds me a lot of what I do as a city manager. Trying to make music out of all of this chaos and sound.
Yeah, so. And you do a fabulous job, and they do a fabulous job. My connection is one of my bosses, because the doctors I worked for or hired through RAS, Radiological Associates, was Dr. Chris Jones, and he's the lead French horn player.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I always look for him, yell out to him. I'm sure he hears me, right? No. Anyway, folks, get to know our town. We love our town. Support our town. Supporting it just by going out and enjoying it. And lots of good place. I'm looking forward to the Oak. Is it open yet? The Oak? No, not yet.
Well, actually, I think it might be.
Okay.
If it's not now,
it's
it
soon.
should be quickly.
It's going to be soon, so we got to look for that.
And just for folks at home, remember that this during the holiday season, buying stuff on Amazon does not help your neighbors. It also doesn't do anything to help when they're supporting your kids in Little League, all that stuff. So make sure to shop local so the money stays
what a
here and does not go to
wonderful day.
Amazon and other places.
Okay, we're going to keep showing. That's a wonderful way to end our program. Shop Auburn, because it's coming up, right? You
it's
know,
important.
and you don't have to go out to the post office and pick it up because
Exactly.
they don't deliver or whatever. You're there.
You can get a beer, walk around in the
Yeah, walk
entertainment
around
zones,
with the new, yeah.
buy
Anyway.
more things because you're drinking it.
That's the theory. And eat salt because it'll. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay. We're giving our history away too much. Anyway, do shop Auburn. Enjoy Auburn. Love Auburn. Enjoy the fall.
Yes. Have a lovely week.
Have a lovely week.